So then they... Bingo!
Did you know Bluey and Bingo have an older sibling? This is not just a theory, I can prove it to you. Despite the series name, Bluey was not Bandit and Chili's first child. Several episodes feature Bluey and Bingo's older sibling. Do you want to discover what they are and what happened to them? We will tell you. Bluey is a wonderfully magical show in every sense. It combines children's themes with many complex elements that only adults can grasp and comprehend. But before we go into that, have you heard of rainbow babies? Let me explain briefly. Rainbow babies are children born to couples who have experienced the trauma of losing a child, either during pregnancy, shortly after birth, or early. It's as if the second child restores the colors in a parent's life after the loss of the first child and all the anguish that followed. The truth is that the Bluey series has multiple pieces of evidence indicating that Bluey is a rainbow baby. But first, let us recollect a major moment in the series that is relevant to this topic. In the episode Onesies, the girls meet Brandy, Chili's sister, for the first time. The first thing we note about Aunt Brandy is that both Chili's and Bandit's sides of the family have aunts, indicating that neither side has only children. However, in this same episode, we find something really tragic. Brandy's greatest desire, more than anything else in the world, is to have children. When viewed from the perspective of a mother who understands that having children offers true satisfaction, it appears like Brandy will be denied complete happiness for the rest of her life. Perhaps that is why she and Chili didn't see each other for 4 years. It was too difficult for her. In the episode The Show, we learned that Brandy was not the only member of the family who struggled to conceive. This is because Chili believed she couldn't have children for many years. To help you comprehend, let me quickly recount the episode's events, which will clarify everything. The episode begins with Bluey and Bingo delivering breakfast to their mother in bed to celebrate Mother's Day. However, little Bingo accidentally loses the items she was carrying and becomes very unhappy, believing she has ruined Chili's Mother's Day. However, the kid's mother consoles her youngest daughter, telling her that everything is fine. Bluey then recommends that she and Bingo give a show as a gift to their mother. The catch was that the play will tell the narrative of how their parents met. After telling how they met in London while studying and subsequently married, Bingo, dressed as Chili, places a balloon under her clothes to simulate Chili's pregnancy with Bluey. However, at some point the balloon bursts and Chili's temperament changes dramatically. Her look turns empty and distant, as if unpleasant memories from the distant past have resurfaced, memories we nearly forgot but had tucked away in a corner of our minds. Bingo, believing she has made a mistake again, sits down and is consoled only by Bluey, as Chili is still shocked, and Bandit holds her hand, attempting to calm her. At that point, all of the adults, particularly the parents, comprehend what has happened. Chili became pregnant and miscarried. This infant that did not live was Bluey and Bingo's older sibling, whom they had no idea existed because they were still young and innocent. This isn't the only time we see solid evidence that Chili had another child before Bluey was born. Chili appears in the episode Baby Race as a member of a group of moms who are all carrying newborn babies. Several of Bluey's small companions are present, including Coco, Snickers, and Judo. But what truly strikes out in this episode are the mothers, particularly Bluey's mother. There is a very sad fact regarding mothers who lose their babies. Some of them feel guilty for their children's premature death, even though they are not usually at fault. In this episode, we see Chili put a lot of pressure on herself about Bluey's progress, believing that her developmental milestones are taking too long. She starts to believe it is her fault. This reflects her guilt for the loss of her other baby while still pregnant, making her an insecure mother. However, her friend Bella senses this and visits her home to reassure her that she is a fine mother. When Bella does this, she displays a snapshot of her family, and Chili is surprised to see that Coco is Bella's 9th kid. This, combined with the fact that Chili is repeating this story to her 2 kids while crying, demonstrates how simple events in the past, such as seeing Bluey walk for the first time, were enough to fill her heart with emotion. The rest of the program demonstrates how Chili's road to parenthood is inextricably linked to her previous experiences, including her loss. A very emotional moment occurs when Chili reflects on her own insecurities as a mother. These feelings, which are firmly ingrained in her previous challenges, are eventually alleviated by the caring support of those around her. Another piece of evidence pointing to Chili's first pregnancy appears in the episode Puppets. In this episode, we view some images of Chili from her adolescence and see how she has evolved from then to now. The program frequently depicts a character's fur changing as an indication of aging. For example, when Bandit was younger, he had a thicker coat on his cheeks. Today, in addition to the lack of a big coat, we can detect a few gray hairs, a common symptom of aging in individuals with children. Once you understand this, it will be easier to comprehend the photographs from Chili's past. Initially, we see her and Bandit as newlyweds. Bandit had tiny tufts of fur on the sides. This indicates that the pair married a long time ago, most likely more than 6 years, which is Bluey's age. The second shot shows Chili sitting with a pocketbook, and we can see that she has a longer coat on the sides. Not only that, but Chili's belly appears slightly larger, indicating that she was pregnant at the time of the snap. The fact that she had the same fur as in the wedding shot suggests that the photos were taken close together. This means that Chili became pregnant soon after the wedding, but not with Bluey, not yet. At the time, Chili was pregnant with her first child, whom she lost unexpectedly and sadly. Returning to the episode Baby Race, we can notice that Chili and Bandit's larger side fur is no longer evident. This demonstrates how many years had passed between the shot of pregnant Chili sitting with her purse and the time she was attempting to get newborn Bluey to walk. If she was actually pregnant with Bluey in the photo, it would have only been a little over a year, and she would not have lost her side fur so soon. During this time, Chili became pregnant, and the couple lost their first child. Perhaps they wanted to wait a bit longer to try for a second kid because Chili was frightened of going through what Brandy had, losing other infants, which was surely traumatic. So, after some time, they attempted again, and this time everything went smoothly. Little Bluey was born to educate her two parents and us important life lessons. Remember the rainbow babies we discussed earlier? Another piece of evidence that the show provides that Bluey is definitely a rainbow baby comes from the episode Rain, in which mother and daughter play in the rain. After the rain has stopped, Bluey gestures to the sky and shows her mother not one, but two rainbows that have formed. A rainbow appears only once in the series thus far. This episode focuses on Chili and Bluey's relationship. So, those rainbows are unquestionably a clear evidence that, just as they were coloring a dismal and rainy sky, Bluey was the first rainbow to appear, coloring Chili's life, and Bandit's as well, bringing life and joy to both of them. We can call Bingo the second rainbow. Perhaps that explains why there were two rainbows in that episode. That's why Chili and Bandit's first child is so important, because regrettably their absence makes the presence of their two sisters, whom they never met, so special and powerful throughout the series. Seriously, this program is a master at teaching us valuable things, and I love it. That is the story of the sibling who never existed, Bluey and Bingo's older sibling.
Where's your dad?
Well, but let's just say at a party in London.
Blow out your candles, Your Majesty. Very well.
I don't remember the Queen being there.
You would.
Door, 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 door. Hi, bud. Smell this.
What?
Ooh, delightful. Yes, jolly good.
Who wrote this?
However, if you enjoy having fun, you can remain with us and watch a variety of interesting content. Choose one of the two videos in front of you and click. I'm confident you'll appreciate it greatly.